#1 rule of slavery was to make white folks money. Then we overlooking the fact that this system is still going. They could care less about the fate of the black race because they set us free and they still getting paid. So let's get one thing straight. You got a job, you a slave. You ain't being bought no more, you getting paid. And if he can afford to pay you and your coworkers, how much you think he make? Who make the laws that we break? Who dictates whether or not we can or we can't? We lying to ourselves if we say we ain't slaves. Like why black folks desire all the white-owned brand names? Then why Michael Jordan don't own J's? Then why Michael Jordan sell out the race? And how the Statue of Liberty gonna be the patron of saint? See, the Statue of Liberty, she's supposed to have a black face, but to be honest, we have no idea how slavery destroyed our race. We don't have a language, nor religion, nor an economic system, and too many black men getting locked up in prison and white folks get down there all out spending. Why? Because we don't own no businesses to prevent it. And the same ones that enslaved us not educating our children. Now the top black talent go to white schools for their picking. It's a part of their system. We are living in white supremacy racism. And I know y'all don't want to hear this, but a huge part of our oppression is religion. Like how Jesus was born in Africa but don't look like us. And why black folks still get on and go straight to the back of the bus? Slavery made them trillions. You think they're going to make that jump right? Turn slavery into capitalism overnight and didn't think twice. It's built around this concept of you want what you can't have. So we'll work twice as hard and then only get half, and then we think slavery is over because we got a black president. And then black folks quick to say that I'm racist. Black folks, we can't be racist. That's not the way they made it. So we need to open our eyes to what racism is, and we need to really realize what slavery did. And many proud ones said they wasn't going to be branded. Many jumped overboard and died right there in the Atlantic, and we are the descendants of the enslaved people stolen from Africa, worked 500 years, set free, and now we proud to be from America, and don't nobody see nothing wrong with that. And we comfortable over here, ain't got no plans of going back, so we bragging about what we got, while they benefiting off what we lack, like unity, or functional black community, or how poor immigrants set up shop in our neighborhoods to make money off us usually. Don't believe me? Who own the liquor stores or the gas stations that we fill up on? Who providing us all with these name brand clothes? What's crazy is we get our checks and we run to the malls to get more. And we always talking about wait till we get some dough and sell ourselves pipe dreams of the property we gonna own, but overlooking the fact that we slaves until we well past old. Ain't no slave codes. We no longer being bought or sold. They took the chains off our bodies, but on our mind got a strong hold with no plans to let go. What's crazy is a lot of us don't believe. But it's cool though, because I got a little Harriet Tubman in me, and I'm going to keep fighting for my people until my people are free.
We speak of freedom. We'll walk with shackles tied tight around our ankles, calling them Pandora's bracelet, because they hold the history of our ancestors in every chain link, screaming, freedom, freedom, as though we were actually on the brink, so think. We live in a country where they built a capital-coded society. If you're not buying, you're dying. Taught to value the price of a penny, although it's the one piece of currency they wish they could annihilate from our existence, showing Lincoln that our true freedom never really existed. Because someone please repeat that, because I think I missed it, and they must have misread the fine print on that label. Because somehow they wrote, in God we trust, but have yet to grasp the concept of why we trust in God. They want to make us think that we're waiting in vain. They say we're waiting insane. Everyone wants it. No, everyone needs it now. But I'm waiting on a promise. Call it an advent, the arrival of what waiting really meant, heaven sent. So if you're not in the game, then please sit down on the bench, because when you're all in, it's as if you're at war. And no one will care if you're rich or poor, because there's a fire burning deep down in your core. When it starts to simmer, you feed it for more in the midst of the fight and surrounded by gore, but determined not to be the one lying dead on the floor. So instead you'll join our army. The revolution is what we are. We don't support guns, but we're not afraid to use them by far. Some of us, we keep them visible in our cars. We've tagged them as freedom in steel. You see, the funny thing about death is that it allows others to feel our pain. A young black man always takes the blame when society can't force him to tame his mane. And what's the use of fame if my brother's brains are still left splattered dead on the street? My people cry for help but continue to accept defeat. Man, that's just weak. And they speak of freedom but don't move towards change, afraid that master will tighten their chains. And this picture to you may seem a little deranged, like, why she gotta bring up our past? And if she's black too, then why she gotta put us on blast? You see, our past has somehow become our present, a precedent for the future. Widowed fathers telling daughters how if only they had knew her, while mothers cradled their sons, wishing they could explain to them just what daddy did to get caught up in this game. They've taught you to play with your freedom, handed you death on a platter, and watch as you feed them lies of a nation built on European descent. Lies of selling drugs because it's the only way to pay your rent. Lie. The revolution will never come. Lie. Don't try to fight because they've already won. Lying everything from the Jesus you see to the person you'll grow up to be. So tell me, how far will you go to save your race? Are you willing to fight even when it means losing face? When they beat you and label you as the world's biggest disgrace, will you stay in one place and stand your ground? Show them your crown. They found a nation of kings and queens, tore us down by any means, created fiends, and then split us up into teams, titled us light and dark. Worked to break us from the very start. They were some kind of smart, but they never knew that our bright skin would beam light for our dark brothers. They split a race so that we would perceive ourselves as other, teach us that it's all about color. But our freedom was never determined by how much strife we could endure. So if you're ready to fight, then please be sure, because there's an army rising and it's time to take your place. And no more need to plead your case. This part here is dependent solely on faith. Can your soul rely only on faith?
Can't keep my tongue content. Call myself a god, no I won't repent. Balance the male and female energy inside of me. Consciousness goes beyond the gender role. Solo road, planting daisy seeds as I go. Scapegoat, workhorse, black male, fit the mold. Turning into an animal farm, politics and GMOs. They want to keep the brain redirected. Always running seconds, out of shape even though our design is geometric. Puppet hand at the top, our plans are not symmetric. Cryptic limericks, I've been this distant. Teach the truth, media will call you resistant. Poison, I won't buy it. Vaccines, I won't try it. There's only two options in this war with Goliath. My destiny, I can't deny it.
Is it safe to say there's been a war on love? Cause me being brave, I found refugee in my cup, and my blends, and my face covered in makeup. I'm two-faced, wearing a mask in the past, still. Watching as time passes me by, lost somewhere on the front line between being the villain and the victim. I'm a part of a system where I'm sickened with symptoms and wisdom. I'm a prisoner of war captured for lost freedom, and I'm a terrorist. Carelessly throwing bombs over Baghdad, crushing every last dream in your favorite fairy tale land, and their heroine. Addicted with love is potent in my melanin. I'm from a race of people whose hearts have been defected or veins injected with love soaps, but I'm here to resurrect them. First, let me take a puff. Their sanctuary in the herbs, working up the nerves to take another shot at it. Hoping that my aim won't be swerved, cause I'm one of them. People who's made to believe that experiences make us bitter. So I become a quitter when what once used to sparkle no longer glitters. I'm the reason they make songs called my hitter. Cause let's face it, don't nobody make love no more. But I'm actively activating my roots to my crown chakra. Praying on the day we make it back to Africa. Back to the basics. To restore the passion that's in our core that lives in our soul. See, I'm finally realizing that there's a goddess in me. And before I could save you, she first must be free. Recognizing that I am greatness mixed with laziness. I'm the reason why empires fall, just to be rebirthed again. I'm unexpected. Coming soon to a town near you, confidently dressed in cockiness that complements my armor with the S on the chest. I've been blessed. Cursed. Distress. Living in a world so intrigued with complexity, we've forgotten the simplicity of being human. Our humanity has become an illusion, or maybe being delusional is the key to bringing forth world peace. I don't know, but I'm consciously acknowledging that I give birth to gods because I am a queen and every king, he's my fiend. I'm the definition of love, no matter the part of speech, and I'm done listening y'all talk, but won't explain why y'all speak. Your little birdie once told me, stand tall for something or you gonna fall for anything, so I'm standing. Captain. Commander-in-chief, and these words are my captive, a blueprints from my enemy, telling that I'm the savior, and that history will no longer be a mystery. We have found the weapon of mass destruction, and believe it or not, it's the cure for reconstruction. It's togetherness. You can find it in your nearest community. It's unity. It's you and me.
Yeah. We want justice, but it seems like it's passing us by. We want prosecution, but when the police come for our own kind, we lie. But let another race kill one of us, we want to unite in protest. But when a black family is crying from a black-on-black crime, we feel like crime is worth less. Sad to the fact, but a lot of us are brainwashed. And this is a capitalistic society, so the only concern is money loss. So when will we wake up and free our minds? Read a book, do some research rather than listen to what they show in the media all the time. It's sad to say, but the media is the one that's teaching the kids. That's probably one of the reasons why teachers ain't getting paid zip. And nowadays, you overqualify for the children's lives you care. But you have to live your life just like they will live theirs. Because in the end, they go home to a nice house with a white picket fence. And although we have some in-house, majority of us have been on the outside looking in. And nothing has really changed, just repeated itself. And the truth, it was never lost, it just muted itself. The only real problem is we lost originality. Now paid and scripted celebrities are getting paid to tell us how it is in reality. So they putting on this image that most can't afford. So others selling their souls because they think the money is worth more. But what's worth more than money? What's worth more than happiness and worth more than peace? If the truth was told to some of us still wouldn't know what to believe. Because we got real brothers with no drive but to walk around with the newest J's on their feet. And bad females who can't see their true beauty because their face is constantly beat. And every time we turn around, somebody's screaming world star while recording the fight. Emancipated black folks imprison themselves for some followers, rates, and likes. And those same followers liking your pics and videos are the same ones needing to be the next religious dude or video girl. So if you want to lead, by all means, lead by example. But free will gives me the power to cancel and change the channel. So if I don't like it, I can send it back or just turn my head. But I'm scared. Because I can wear a hoodie, yell I can't breathe, put my hands up, say don't shoot, and still wind up dead. Or I can get in an accident and knock on the door for help. Or get sentenced for firing warning shots trying to protect myself. Or I can be 12 with a toy gun and still wind up shot. Because the dispatcher didn't relay the message, but I was dead before the police car even came to a complete stop. Or I can go to the gas station and reach my license and registration and get 4 rounds. And as I fall from the bullets, lying there scared, you didn't tell me to get on the ground. So don't tell me Black Lives Matter to engulf your campaign. Because truth be told, you can pay to act like you can relate to our pain. And don't tell me you can't breathe when you're the one that's holding your breath. Because you're scared to speak up because it may hate the image that you made for yourself. But don't kill the message, I'm just stating my opinion. I got one question. How is Flight 370 still missing? Because last time I checked, every smartphone comes compatible with a GPS. But I guess that's swept under the rug since the real issue is the ISIS. But not too long ago, I thought Ebola was the biggest epidemic. So are we fighting a war on oil or religion? Who is the real gimmick? So enough of the cover-up, time to come out with the truth. We got people who really struggling and who need to hear it more than you do. Because we got real brothers with no drive but to walk around with the newest J's on their feet. Bad females who can't see their true beauty because their face is constantly beat. And every time we turn around, somebody's screaming world star while recording a fight. Emancipated black folks imprison themselves for some followers, rates, and likes.
She asked me, what is black on black crime? I replied, it's the opposite of black on black crime. Drop the C, but we push positivity and we provide a lot of energy.
We follow a set core beliefs.
And we don't give a man food, but we teach him how to eat. But we feed if he in need.
We got rules.
We pay dues.
And we do follow a system.
Now I thought of all the lies black on black crime saved, so it's safe to say that black on black crime is a religion. When I'm down,
confused,
lost, I write.
Instead of confessing into a prayer box,
I head to an open mic to get some upliftment.
Or need some tension if I practice Hinduism.
I head to the holy temple for the same symptoms.
When I say back talk, that's equivalent to...
Can I get a witness? You giving sermons?
It's the same thing as me spitting.
Shaking, it's the same thing as catching the Holy Spirit. I proclaim being a poet.
After some of y'all claim being Christians.
That was my first time stepping into a venue and my spirit got lifted.
Instead of Psalms, we got limerick.
Performing our lyrics.
Traded Proverbs for haiku.
Drop more knowledge than the brain slipping from pockets of professors at the top college. I get blessings when y'all scream rewind.
When I hit crossroads, pulled out a pen and wrote.
Wrote messed up words, crossed them out and kept going. One step then David shoes, my sling broke, I kept throwing.
When I found poetry,
simultaneously I found glory.
Started out with a small level of confidence.
And I kept growing.
And now I'm here and this is the realest stuff I ever wrote.
And if you decide to steal my poem, be the realest stuff you ever quote. Open mic doors to me are heaven's gate. Please let me in. I don't care if there's only one person in the audience. Please let me spit. I'm content.
Tried the crowds, they never fit.
Everyone has their own genesis through penmanship. The day I joined Black on Black Rhymes, the day I went through deliverance. Told my story, even when it was boring, y'all listen.
First time hitting the stage, I felt christened.
Fell in love with a life with no 401ks and pensions. If you a poet, you know the true meaning of riding around and getting it.
Notebooks and matching pens on every Christmas wish list.
I live in the present, so I know that I'm gifted.
Brainstorm has become one of my sixth senses.
I pay to come to open mics and y'all pay attention. Black on black crime does the killings. Black on black rhyme does the resurrections. To those who fill the seats, thank y'all for receiving the message.
Thank you for allowing me to be in your presence.
So in return, I bring gifts, stories of my real life, not fables. Tap your arm, I'm dope like Kane in the rocket stage, I'm able.
These are the reasons I do what I do.
I respect all you Jews, Muslims, and Christians, but black on black rhyme is my religion.